Man, I don't care that this clear uses 13 operators. I don't care that it's literally my first successful clear, and that I haven't cleaned anything up. I don't care it's not optimized. I don't care I have the loudest fan in the world next to me, which will probably make the audio commentary super funky. This boss stage sucks. And it isn't even really any particular issue, it's just a lot of annoying things coming together. These pincushions at the top of the stage suck. You have a few seconds at the start of the map to put some operators near them, but once they get enough moonlight, they start attacking, and they start attacking hard. The teeth guys, they're fine. The fact that they spawn in all 3 lanes almost immediately kinda sucks, but overall they aren't really a threat. The boss sucks. She has a bunch of mechanics that revolve around linking up with operators and enemies. You can interrupt them by having something between the boss and her target. But I don't have any real fast redeploy operators to use. So in phase 1, I'm using Man in the Middle to tank the boss's red death lasers. Also, Hypergriff, being the super cool guys that they are, made half the tiles on the stage undeployable, which really sucks. I start setting up a kill box in the center lane. The boss's other mechanic is that she links up with enemies, and transfers most of the damage she receives to those enemies. But with careful timing, we can knock her off the dog, right behind Otta. This means that the boss's thread mechanic basically does nothing, allowing us to send essentially 100% of our damage into the boss directly. Once you kill the boss the first time, she starts doing global AoE damage that really sucks. Since my gacha luck also sucks, and I can't seem to pull any of the 5-star medics to save my life, my healing is barely enough to keep everyone alive. We also get a bunch of the sucky pincushion guys as well. At this point, blocking the moonlight from hitting them is a fool's errand, since the boss has global range, and the boss's death laser targets the unit furthest from her. So I try to whittle them down as much as possible from range. The boss also summons a bunch of butterflies that actually don't suck that much once you realize they hit 5 times per attack. Anything that triggers on hit does super well here, both because of the butterflies and the boss's damage over time death laser. In this case, I use Journey up front, since he has a damage reflect talent, which takes out the butterflies within a couple passes. He also has Taunt on his skill, which makes him useful in phase 2, when the boss gets her sucky global range. Hung is another good operator here. Since he has defensive recovery, he does well against the butterflies and the boss's laser, although it is still best to block the boss's threads where possible. The rest of the fight is just clearing out the boss's summons and blocking lasers, while trying to find an opportunity to put down operators so that they can hit the boss. And pray that the boss doesn't go into her flying mode just before she reaches your melee units, because that really sucks. The boss technically isn't RNG, but it definitely feels like it sometimes. Eventually, I get an opportunity to put down Tequila while Cherney pulls aggro with his taunt, which allows me to take out the last of the boss's health. And that's all I have to say about this clear. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
I see I'm deprived of the chance to practice my surgery. A marvelous regret to have.